Welcome back, everybody. My name is Dave Hayes and this is Hayes Tech, and this is the channel where I talk about pretty much anything tech, and I do mean anything. This video is going to be a little bit different, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over several products. These products do not warrant full review videos, so I thought I'd lump them all together, and I'm also going to answer some viewer questions. Now, I may not answer a lot of questions. There's actually this one person who has a list of items that he asked, and these questions have been asked by other people as well, so that's going to be included in this video as well. So when we come back, we're going to go ahead and go over a couple items, and I'm going to answer some of your questions. And as always, if you liked my video, don't forget to hit that like button and share my videos. It really helps me out. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you saw, think about subscribing. And if you subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell icon. That way you get a notification of my videos as soon as I release them. Okay, the first thing I wanted to get out of the way is if you guys would please, if you like my video, please hit the like button. It does help me out a lot. Also, if you could, comment. If you have a question, post it down below the video, because I pride myself in trying to answer everybody's questions. Also, whenever you hit the thumbs up, or if the like thumbs up button, or if you post below any questions or comments, that helps YouTube's algorithms in getting my videos out to a wider audience. And remember, as soon as I hit that 5,000 subscriber mark, I will be giving away my personal Canon T6i, and I love this camera. Like I said, the port for you to plug in a microphone to it, for some reason it doesn't work, but the inbuilt microphones do, and I never use the microphones in the camera anyways. I just don't. I use my Zoom H1 and my Sony Lapel mic, but it's an awesome camera. It takes beautiful pictures, 1080p, 60 frames per second, up to, and 720p, 120 frames per second, and it does have the dual pixel autofocus. I mean, it's just an outstanding camera. I want to give it to one of you as a way of saying thank you to all of you out there who have subscribed to me. So as soon as I hit that 5,000 subscriber mark, I'm going to be giving this to one of you. Okay, the first thing I want to get out of the way is these headphones. Now, these headphones are studio DJ headphones, and they're made by OneOdio. I'll spell it. So it's capital O-N-E, capital O-D-I-O. So I'm going to say OneOdio. They are about $35, between $35 and $40 on Amazon, and they are great headphones. I am a big fan of over-the-ear headphones where the headphones actually cover the entire ear, because it really captures that audio. These things are crystal clear. I love them. Yeah, I could have spent, $100, $200 on a really nice set of headphones, but these things are great. If you are vlogging or something like that, these are the perfect headphones if you don't want to spend a lot of money. Also, the tips on these headphones it actually has two jacks on the headphones. You have a typical 3.5 millimeter jack, and then you have an XLR type jack over here, which takes the big 1/4-inch XLR plug. So, they're just great headphones. They will work in your computer if you just want to use them as a headphone. They'll work just to listen to audio if you want to listen to audio, and they will work if you are editing videos or making videos or vlogging and you need something to hear your audio. I can highly recommend them. They are comfortable, they're light, they don't open up very far. If I had to give them one ding, they do not open up very far. My grandson, who is 6 foot, he's 6'5" now, he doesn't like them because they don't go down far enough to reach his ears. They work, he'll use them, but again, just bear in mind that's one of the issues with this set of headphones. So let's move on. Okay, the next thing I want to mention, which I mentioned in my last video, was this Sony lapel mic. this thing is an awesome mic, and I get all kinds of questions from you all out there. What should I buy for this? What should I buy for that? If you are on a budget, even if you're not on a budget, if you need a good quality microphone, a lapel microphone, I say don't look any further than this right here. Now, I'll put the link below to Amazon, and believe me, guys, I get no kickback from Amazon for it. But again, if you're looking for a good lapel microphone, you know, this is it right here. It doesn't require phantom power or anything like that. It just plugs in, it goes to town, and it does the job, and it records in stereo. It's just outstanding. I wanted to bring this up too. For those of you that like to go out and do things with your cell phones, and you know, you're outdoors, and you know how you've got to really worry about your battery levels. Don't overlook these little battery packs that you can buy. Now, I purchased this one about 5 years ago, and this is I think it's a 10,000 milliamp, 10,000 something. But it's like having 3 of any of my cell phone batteries combined into one. I've actually used this to power my light for fishing. The light, you actually charge it up overnight and then go, but you can actually plug a cord from the light into this, and again, I use this to supplement about a 9-hour fishing trip with that light. So again, this is something that I think everybody needs. Go pick one up. They're cheap. Pick a couple of them up. They're great to have. They will save your ass if your cell phone goes dead. This is going to save your ass. It's also got a little light on the top if you want it, but that's neither here nor there. I think that's about it. That's all I wanted to discuss as far as, you know, small items go. I did want to go into a question that was asked by one of you out there to me in regards to making videos, and I'm just going to go ahead and read it, and you're just going to have to excuse. I'm not going to give you the name. Well, you guys can see it. It's on my. It's under one of my videos on one of the comments. Mr. Turkey Bacon. This was 6 months ago, but we are still corresponding yet today, because I'll answer his questions. He'll come back with another comment, and this is how I do things, guys. I love to interact with you all, and I like to try to help as much as I can. But he said, first, thanks for responding on your other channel. You're a huge help, bro. Okay. He says, I have a few questions. I hope you don't get lost with them. And he has them all numbered. And it's kind of like 6 parts. I'm going to go through them real quick. Number 1. So you're unable to put a microphone on this kind of camera. And we were talking about the video camera. I think it was the Sony. And it says, I heard you saying something like that while you was outside, what should I do if I want to use a wireless mic on it? Okay. Again, I would use the Zoom H1N audio recorder for less than $100 and one of these. This is a Sony lapel mic. Again, this is going to take care of all the audio you need for any video that you make. You know, you don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars. This will do it. I've done complete videos with using just this microphone. Number 2, is this a camera where you can record movies? Okay, so he's talking about a video I did on this camera here, and this is my Canon Vixia HD20. I still use it. I tried to sell it. I couldn't get what I wanted for it, and I'm not giving it away. If I do, I'll give it to one of you all. But I was getting comments on this camera, and I was answering everybody's comments. But in those comments, I was saying, you know what? To be honest with all you guys, even though you can sort of plug a microphone into this, you have to use a proprietary microphone from Canon. I would still use external audio with it, the Zoom H1, and of course the lapel mic. So I was saying, instead of using that, I'm recommending to everybody this Sony Handycam. Now, they start out at around $235, and they go up from there depending on the internal storage you get on them. This one has very little internal storage, which I don't want the internal storage. I use a internal video card which goes in there anyways, so you know, I don't need that internal storage. But to answer the questions I've gotten concerning the 3 video cameras that I've owned, the 2 that I have right now, what do I recommend? I keep going to the Sony, and here's why. This shoots in 1080p, 60 frames per second, with image stabilization, and it has a phenomenal image. Again, between Sony and Canon, it's all a preference thing. Some people like Canon. I'm a big Canon fan. And some people just like the look of Sony. Now, as far as video cameras go, I think Sony's got it licked on the video camera video quality. I love it. My wife got me this for Christmas, and I was a little worried, 1080p, and it's a cheaper camera. It's really super, super light. This thing weighs about 3 pounds. This weighs less than a pound. But, I was concerned about its quality and all that, and then I started using it, and I would never get rid of this camera. Unless I got a better Sony camera, one that shoots in 4K, something like that, one that I can put an external microphone, maybe. But I love this camera. So in response to his questions, and a lot of other people, I've been telling them, I recommend getting the Sony over the Canon. Even that Canon, I think it's the RF800. That's an outstanding camera. It shoots the same video quality this does, and that camera will even take a microphone. But in my opinion, for my tastes, I like the video quality I get out of this camera better than I did out of my other Canon, which he asked if I still had it for sale, and of course I sold it. Okay, I left off on number 2, and it says, is this a camera where you can record movies indoors, in the light, and in the dark? I'm asking because me and the wife want to record a movie indoors. I'm going to leave it at that. Again, I think I answered that pretty good. Yes, these cameras, these video cameras I talked about, they will record indoors, but remember, the key here is lighting. You need the proper lighting in order to record indoors. Outside, it doesn't matter. You can use almost anything and it'll look good outside. So just keep that in mind. Okay, number 3. Can I buy a gimbal or any kind of tripod for this camera? I asked because I've seen this tripod / gimbal where people mount their phone to it or a camera, and it follows them around the room, not fully 360, but from left to right. And I'm not really a fan of gimbals. Now, I do have one. This is a gimbal I did a review on about 2 years ago, and it works. I mean, I charge it up, it works, and it works fine. And this one here is for doing exactly what he was talking about, and that is to put a cell phone in this little elastic area here. It'll hold the cell phone, and it's like a 3-axis gimbal. The problem with that is most phones today have gimbals built right into it, whether it's inbuilt and it's mechanical, or it's an electronic image stabilization. My phone, my Google Pixel 2 XL has outstanding image stabilization, and it does it electronically through the processor itself, where it basically crops in a little bit and takes all the shake and wobble out and does a phenomenal job at it. So I don't even use these anymore, to be honest with you. And most of the GoPros and stuff like that are all the same way, image stabilized. And for the question you asked and for the purpose you're using it for, I really think you need to put it on a tripod, and any tripod will work with any one of these cameras. And that's just what I say. I say use a tripod. If you're outside, you want to use one of these, fine. They do work. This one here was like $90, right around $100. You can get them now for like $75 and up. I would spend a little bit of money and get a good one. If you're going to do it, get a good one. Okay, number 4, your attachments. You look very clever in some instances than other times. Are you shooting this vlog with a different camera? Oh, okay. I don't know what he's talking about as far as attachments go, but yes, when I record like you're seeing right now, I'm recording on my Canon 90D, and I'm recording on my Canon M50 right here. I like to set them up at about 40 to 45 degrees apart from each other, and what that does is it allows me to use two cameras, give two camera angles, and that way when somebody's watching your video, they're not just seeing one solid view the whole way through the video, kind of like I was on a stage doing a seminar or something and somebody had a video camera recording it. If you want your videos to look more professional, the more cameras you use, the better off. I've already used up to 4 cameras recording a video. I would use my 2 main cameras, like what we're using here. Then I would use another one off to the side, and maybe one down a little lower, to kind of give me a real weird off view, just to break it up. And you would switch between the camera angles during your video editing. It's a lot harder to do than edit one solid video. Believe me, it is really. It could get, very confusing, but yes, you can do it, and I do recommend using more than one camera. It keeps people more interested in the video because they're, like I said, they don't lose their concentration on one solid view all the time. So that's why I do that. It says number 5, the camera not having Wi-Fi, is that a bad thing? What would you need for it? Okay, now if you're going to use this camera for vlogging or something like that, then I would say maybe you might want Wi-Fi, but even nowadays with the apps they have, you really don't need it. I don't use Wi-Fi at all on any of my cameras, and every one of my cameras all have Wi-Fi. All my action cameras do, the 90D, the M50, and even my Sony Handycam has Wi-Fi built in. But I've never found an instance where I needed to use Wi-Fi. Now that's not to say that you won't, but it's just something I don't use, and I don't have a lot of knowledge on using Wi-Fi in cameras. I'm gonna learn it because I want to start doing some vlogging, to do like a live interaction with you all. But I have to learn that, and I also have to purchase some separate items in order for me to do a 4K or even 1080p live vlog. So, that would be the only instance where I would see, you needing any kind of Wi-Fi at all. Let's see, number 6. If I was to buy this camera, and then of course he's referring to the, I think it was this camera that I did the video on, and this was my Canon HD20 right here. But he said, if I was to buy this camera from you, if you still have it, what things would I need to buy additionally for doing private movies, like I talked about earlier? Him and his wife wants to do some nice private home movies. And what things would I need to buy additionally for doing these so that the videos would come out pretty good? And here's what I would say. 2 things. The camera, any fairly new camera that you purchase, like any of these Canon cameras that I have, the video cameras, will do a good video. The key here is lighting. The 2 things I would recommend: lots of light, lots and lots of light, and then the second thing would be audio. Even if your camera has a jack that you can plug in a microphone to it, don't rely on it. It just doesn't sound good. I would again get a Zoom, like a Zoom H1N, and plug a good microphone into it, either a lapel mic, or get yourself a mic like this, or get yourself a good USB mic that you can put on a tripod and get kind of, and set it up near you so you can hear you and your wife. That's what I would recommend. You can get microphones that start at around $25 and go up, USB type microphones. I like the Blue Yetis. I just think they're the best. They're about $100, between $100 and $125, and you can actually use them as a key mic set back, and to pick up both parties involved. So that's what I would do. Use external audio and lots and lots and lots of lighting. Now, you don't want to blow out your video by having it way too bright, but you want to have enough lighting that you can see yourself good, cast slight shadows here and there, just to give yourself a 3-dimensional look, and go from there. Okay, I think I'm going to call it quits as far as the questions go. Like I said, this person had 6 questions. They were very good questions. Again, I'd like to do another video like this in the future where I'm answering questions. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be going through some of the videos recently and look at some of the comments that you guys have posted and try to pull out some comments that I think that most of you all out there would learn something from it, and then try to do a video on that. I know I'm not going to get a lot of viewership, a lot of new viewership that way, but I don't really care. I like being able to help the viewers that I have right now, and I think having these questions and answers videos really help you guys out, and I just like doing them. So we're going to go ahead and continue with that. Alright, the last thing I wanted to talk about, it was another product. I purchased it for my DJI Mavic. I was going to do a review video on it, but I decided against it. And I'm not going to get them all out, but I am going to show it to you. Basically, what it is are filters that I can put over the camera on my DJI Mavic Mini. And what it does is it allows for cutting down the bright light. And you know, now that my DJI Mavic Mini is kind of, it does have its manual settings, I thought getting these would just be great. I would be able to control, you know, the ISO instead of having it be all automatic, and you know, it jumps up and it drops down when I go from sky to ground, stuff like that. But you know, I've been using it and I really don't like it because the drone, even though they updated it and they gave us some manual controls over the camera, you do not have full manual control over the camera. It does, you still get that where it's trying to correct itself, even if you have a filter on it. Now, if it's a super bright day and I'm shooting towards the sun, yes, I'll probably throw a filter on it because they do help some. But in my opinion, I don't think purchasing filters for your DJI Mavic Mini is worth the money. The DJI Mavic Mini does a damn good job on its own, taking care of the lighting, you know, all on its own. So I just wanted to bring that up. I want to throw that in there. Okay, that pretty much covers that question. I'm not going to keep this video too long. I want to try to keep it under 20 minutes. Again, I'm going to be going through a lot of your comments and try to make another video kind of like this. Next time it's probably going to be just a questions and answers video. I hope you guys liked it. Again, if you thought this was informative at all, you know, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions on any of the items I talked about here in this video, you know, comment below. I'll be happy to answer them. I do still pride myself in being able to answer almost every single question or comment I get on every one of my videos. So, with that being said, I just want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you all on the next one.